fundamentals. Like, what the?
Oh, I haven't seen them.
CNTF.
Well, I can tell you them right here. I'll tell you what they are, and it doesn't. To me, they're not that great.
Oh, it's a Chinese company?
It's a all right. Materialize NV in a Belgium-based company engaged in the software industry. The company is a provider of addictive manufacturing software and a three-dimensional printing service. Materials NV Corporation 3D printing experience into a range of software solutions and 3D printing services through the company seeks to form the backbone of the 3D printing industry. Its solutions enable players a wide variety of industries, including healthcare, automotive, aerospace, design, consumers goods, to build 3D printing applications. God damn it! Why did I short this company? I messed up. I I thought this was MTSL.
So wait, is this MTLS or MTS?
It's a good company. I messed up, but it doesn't make any sense because I'm at the earnings. Like, look, the book price broke 5.9, revenue a share 4.12, PE 210.
Guys, look at SPY. VWAP, SPY 248.65 broke out.
1 billion market cap. It's no good. Return on equity 3%. I don't see why it's up so much. Long-term growth rate 56%. Price to earnings per share 263. That's
Oh, sorry to interrupt. I got interrupted you, Dan. Sorry. News came out.
Is this a 248?
ICAD.
Oh yeah, 249.
Price target met.
248.98. Yeah, the price target was VWAP. Remember, VWAP adjusted. For the past. So yeah, for the past hour, it was at 248.95 and came down to 248.50. When it bottomed out, you found that 248.50 mark. It was at 248.75. So yeah, nice target there.
I'm out of Microsoft right now. Until it goes back down to 99. All right, that was $1.36.
TJ, while you were gone, I gave a Microsoft play. Short under 100, long over. So pretty nice here.
Good job. Thank you. Need 1,700 off of that. Of fake fiat, real money.
AMD 1798. Remember my price target, guys, over that 1785 high was $18, so you could potentially take a short at 18 or long over 18. Give it some time to consolidate a bit.
This is insane. Because if you have an earnings per share of 200 and something, that's no good.
There's more news again. Not much evidence that monetary policies from Bloomberg.
Thank you, JW. I just seen your thing. Thank you. All in all, that was 1.5 million.
Spy. There it is. So remember, 247.50 was the first target. Then had another target of 248.50, and just holding that 248.50, pushing the 200 EMA. We found a trend. Remember, scalp. What was that thing TJ posted yesterday? I think it was a picture. Scalp the breakouts and hold the trend.
Yeah, that's so true. True. That's true. Scout, very gospel to trends. Absolutely.
Hey guys, it's Pyro. Just got out of work a bit early today. What a wild day we've had. Hope you guys are all doing pretty well.
Great. How you doing? I posted the thing in trading chat. That play. If you want me to post the entries and exits.
Land.
Yo, more news. Keep an eye on the news, guys. There's a lot of news for Spy.
I think I'm done for them. I'm just gonna sit back and sit on my hands unless I see some crazy good play. I did enough damage today. I don't want any revenge. I don't want them getting revenge on me.
Yeah. AMD is at that $18 support. I'm gonna take a little break too. I'll be back.
Got my SMA up to 39.
Aries.
%13 growth today.
CRR. Emma.
What was the low of SPY? $244.65. 244.66 was my PP. It's going back down there.
CMRX. TNP.
Watch this, guys. It's going to go back down. That was your pull. That was your run up. This is your pull back to the 4.8, and then you're gonna have it run down to the PP. Remember, it went under that PP. Right, power hour's coming up. It went under the PP, which is 24466. Went to 24. Made a low of
HOS.
24665. That's where it's headed. It just absorbed that. Same thing's happening up here as it did down there. I might go ahead and just take a put. A put's out. If I do, it would be at the 248 put, but I needed to get up there first and touch it. Let's look at the puts. $3.20.
You know, if SPY was going to fall right here, you'd think it would go ahead and do that. I think this at power hour has an actual opportunity to go back up there and retest it.
What are you thinking? Above what? We trace to what? The 50s?
I don't know. I think it's still too early to tell. For it to make a bounce north here, it would have to be profitable. So, 249.50 volume resistance there. And that's if it moves up, and make it easily break and go down south here. Whatever makes market makers the most amount of money is where it's going to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we might see that 200 EMA on the weekly, 243.50 before a strong bounce. I mean, I feel like that's a good spot for both short covering and buying.
243 on the SPY.
243.90, I think, is what it was. I'm driving right now, so I can't look it up. But is the 200 weekly EMA?
Oh, okay. The 200 weekly EMA. Okay, all right, gotcha. That would be a big. That would be a $4.30 move. That'd be huge.
Right. So I'm not saying I think that would happen today. I'm just saying if you zoom out and look at the weeklies, and you have like the 50, the 100, the 9, and the 20, the next stop is that 200 EMA. Anyways, I don't know. That's just a thought. To me personally, I was thinking we saw that next week. But anyways, it could be tomorrow morning, or we could just not see it. I'm not sure. But to me, if I were to add to any investments or anything, that's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm not trading, Holy. This traffic is brutal. I'm driving home. I live up in Boston, and I guess everybody decided now is the time to head north for Christmas.
I'm gonna put play.
You Bostonians can go back where you came from.
I mean, for me, I guess I can head back there at some point.
You know what we call you down there, right?
No, hey, that's my takeaways talking, right?
Yep.
What do you call us?
Masshole.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you're going to go with that or Yankee or something else. My grandparents call us Yankees.
No, we're all Yankees, buddy. We're all New Englanders. So that's what's interesting about SPY right now, is that if it were going to tank, why isn't it just doing it? It's had no problem taking a nosedive anytime up until this point right now, and yet it's looking as bearish as hell, right? Why doesn't it?
I think if this 5-minute closes under the 20 and 9 EMA here in just a second, I think we might see a flush.
Yeah, control tank. Well, it's certainly a bear flag, a pennant. It's coming to that point, and I think if it does fall and it does it fast, it's going to hit the top of that trend line, the top of the actual downtrend line, and it could potentially reverse. That would be 245.99. So right at 246. Potential reversal.
Hey, do you use on balance volume? Take a look at that on the 1 minute chart. Volume wise, it almost looks like it's already given up that whole move up.
I used to use OBV. Honestly, it didn't do anything for me, so I cut it loose.
MRIN.
All right, traffic's clearing up. I got to get back to driving.
Be careful.
So I see the OBV. Yep, it is terrible. It's at the floor. What does that tell me in relation to the graph, though? Is that people aren't selling and people aren't buying. So what does that mean? It's a moment of indecision.
It's tacky now. I'm going to get ready to exit this position. Actually, hold on. I might actually hold on to this. No, can't. It's got to be a scalp.
Any.
What is the hell is going on? I can't even read this tape.
Kara. TSLX.
This is what I was saying. Watch this thing.
I really wanted to go up there so I can get puts at that 248 level. That's what I want.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I wanted it to go to 250.50.
Wow, that's a little. I mean, hey, that would be great, but I don't know. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Hey, miracles can happen, right? It's Christmas season.
Right, right. Is any good news came out? The only thing that's going to push it up there is good news. But we could definitely hit the 248, no problem. It actually looks like it's pulling back to go up there. I think it is. All right, your PP would be right here. All right, so it jumped off the PP. Next PP was right here at 247.86. It just bounced back off of that. All right, jump past that. It's going to go up. All right, excellent. It's going to go up. It should go up to 248.16 and then bounce off of that and pivot back.
Believe it or not, I actually bid on a SPY call on that first drop, and the damn thing just fell.
ADMP.
Come on. So the market can stay irrational way more than we can stay solid. That's why you got to be irrational with it. We got it.
Go, baby, go. You know, when I asked that question, it was rhetorical. Why it wasn't just tanking? I already knew the answer.
Nice, very nice. Because this is making. This is going to be a lot of money. If it gets over that 485, oh, come on. I don't see it going much further up than this. They want people to buy calls. No, that's what they're trying to get. Because they're going to gap. They're probably going to gap it tomorrow.
I am still holding that call. I love this.
I'm just adding puts, man. It's just this whole 248 range, especially when it gets above that 2485.
I got the money to spend now at this point on that call. I got the room to move on it. Whatever. I'm going to continue to hold. Even if I break even, I don't give a shit. It's just one contract I bet as a lot.
News came out on SPY. White House economic advisor says you will not get a recession after a 3% quarter.
Yo.
Oh, yeah. No argument, Ben. I mean, overall, 240 SPY, I think it's very doable. I'm just playing intraday. I don't ever trade SPY calls swing. I have lost too much money trying to do stuff like that. This is strictly an intraday.
I agree with that, man. I swung ISRG and lost big, man. It's no good because they'll gap you. They do it all the time to screw you.
I've lost so much money trying to hold calls and puts overnight, unless it was like a play on the decay itself. What I really want to see though is if there was some way to aggregate the data to figure out the total P&L for Robinhood traders with options. Something tells me that a lot of people on Robinhood have lost a lot of money on options.
Oh, of course. It's meant for you to lose money. It's meant for it just expired useless. That's why they're written out. They're written out by people that control the markets. You think they're going to let you rob? They wait. They play on your greed, our greed, and we get greedy and hold it, and then we get screwed.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that I've liked about Tastyworks, which I started last week, is that they're really built around the idea of playing the decay rather than going long.
Love scalping these things, especially on Friday, like tomorrow. That's what I'm going to be doing. Is going to be practicing scalping these, because that is really when you get people to jump out the window, and you can get people to throw contracts at you where you're in the money like $100 already. Like, they'll just give them to you because they're scared, because they're already at a point where they're already either hitting margin, or they're getting margin call, or they're just a scare tactic. They're just at their wits end. They can't take it, so they throw it at you, and then the play turns around, which usually normally happens. But you want to be on the receiving end of that, not the one having the play turn around.
So in that case, especially on a Friday, just trying to get an idea, what kind of expiration do you play? Do you play the highest IV, or do you play a couple weeks?
If I'm scalping, I want to play that day. That day, because that's where you get the most fear factor in. That's you get the fear tactic in, and especially late in the day around here, around this time. If you can find a good support resistance area, this is a prime setup tomorrow. At this time, 320, you literally can make, on a small amount of money, like that, maybe $1,000. You probably can turn that to 10,000 on the right play.
So you're saying, like, tomorrow you would play at 12:21?
Tomorrow, well, yeah, 12:21 your time, yeah, about.
No. I mean expiration. So tomorrow's the 21st. So would you be playing one that expires on the 21st or on Monday?
Yes, not to swing, obviously not to swing. I would just play it literally for 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Okay. That's what I meant. I was just trying to figure out which contract you were playing with, not you're playing the whole.
I like SPY. I play SPY, play off of SPY, and I find the support and resistance areas, and then I go from there with it. And I try to get, especially you want to do it around the 50, the like the 48 to 40, 47, 9. It's a big move. That's a big move on calls and puts. That's the next strike up or a strike down. So if you can get something right under there or right above there, you're good, man. You're going to have somebody throwing it right at you. But that has to be the resistance point where it's going to turn around. Or if it doesn't, you got to be able to add on to it, have the capital to add on to your position until it does turn around.
So do you have a way that you calculate an entry price? And let me be more clear. Let's say you're looking at SPY and you want to buy on the 20 EMA or something like that. Do you just sit there and wait for it to hit that and then set a limit buy wherever the bid ask is? Or do you have a way that you're calculating, okay, when it hits this level, this contract is going to be worth this price, so that's what I should set my limit buy at?
No, I play it off the market, especially because I'm scalping. I'm not doing long-term, contracts where I'm going to be holding for maybe a month or so, or even a couple weeks, which I would never recommend holding an option for anything longer than 2 weeks. At the most 2 weeks.
I don't do that anymore. Eventually, I'd like to be able to get into learning how to buy the long term and sell the weeklies while holding it, but pretty far away from that right now.
Yeah, futures is another fun thing, but you can get really burnt really bad in that. You got leverage, 200 times leverage with future contracts, but that's something that you really have to be reading. You have to read the tape and know where the buying pressure and selling pressure coming. Because if you're on the wrong end of that, bro, you can literally blow up your account 2 pennies, or you can make $100,000 swing.
Yeah, for me right now, I'm still under PDT, so I have 2 separate accounts that I trade from, each with like 500 to 700 in them at any time. So I'm usually only trading like one SPY contract within a 5 minute to hour long time frame.
It's funny. That's not funny, but I'm also in PDT over some BS that I'm into, but it seems like a lot of people are in PDT right before a major move down or something. That's where you make a lot of money. Major moves down, they take you out the game for that, so you can't short. Clever.
You getting ready to short it again, Dan?
Facebook 134.
Kidding me? I'm waiting to get up to 4.9 so I can add more. I love this.
Well, I can see 250 on this move, so you want to start it there. Maybe just get.
I would like it if we can get to 2.4. I mean 250 is pretty high, but if you can get to 2.49, I'd be 250 pushing it now. That's a pretty big it's a pretty big number. This is getting weak. Might have a burst up and then a drop.
Two.
Waiting for that burst. If we get that burst, buying right on that burst. Might get it. No, I think sellers stepped in.
Okay, I'm out of here for the day, guys. Hope you all had a good one, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Great day. Good calls all day. I mean, I don't think we made a bad play today.
Nice.
Very good.
Thanks again.
Enjoy your day.
Yeah, have a great day.
See, once you're losing on a losing battle, trying to push it up, eventually you just have to stop, and you're going to switch sides. And
NVGS.
Short selling or selling all that, all the stocks that you bought, pushing it up, and they're losing this battle right now. They're getting pushed down, so eventually they're just going to switch sides.
ODP.
There's your BP. Two 4795 is another interesting number.
Well, I'm all done trading for the day as well. I'm definitely not going to be swinging anything into tomorrow, so there's no point.
What are you concerned about? Some volatility?
Them gapping it, they're gonna. I have a feeling they're gonna gap it.
Oh, I was totally joking. I'm the same boat. I'm not taking anything overnight.
Well, some people
CKPT.
might.
MRIN.
So you have to say that for anybody that's listening. I know you might not, but somebody else might. And I don't think that's a wise decision. I think you agree.
Yep, absolutely do agree. I really thought that today was just going to be sideways action today and tomorrow. I thought they were just going to kill the premiums all day.
I did too. But then
Yeah.
I saw volume coming in morning, and that was off the plate.
I think tomorrow we will see that. A lot of sideways action.
Mm-hmm. Well, tomorrow is options, so that they might gap it, and then you'll get a sideways action. They might gap it down, and then get a sideways action.
HLTH.
So it looks like they don't even want to bring it down. Yeah, they're trying to screw options.
You look at the volume too on SPY. For the last hour has been greater than the open, which it does say.
DNP.
Yeah, and it hasn't made any progress. That's scary. You know what I mean? Like, you think that if all that volume, you'd be up high. It's a lot of volume. Much more.
Hey, who was it that called that 245 bottom earlier?
Johnny and I think it was Johnny and I talking about that.
So I've been looking at it, and I'm trying to figure out what indicator, what might have told you that. Maybe you have to wait till after hours to discuss that. I'm just curious where you guys might have gotten that.
Well, we've been tracking a SPY for a long time now, just charting out the numbers. I did it just as a little hobby, and it became something that just grew into a little bit more. So we go track these numbers, and they actually match up with averages and all that. So that's where he got that. I believe that was the VWAP. Was it? No, it wasn't the VWAP. I believe it was one of the moving at the 200.
Well, I think he was looking at the 200 MA on the weekly, but you could look at the trend line from today when it hit that 246.88 and just draw the line from the first dip of the day to that, and you'll actually see it hit right at that 245 mark. 244, I think 80.
244.65. 244.66 was the PP. And it went past the PP and up. So that's what confused me. Because it shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I see that trend line. I guess I was just too. I was really only at this point. It was kind of on my chart in no man's land until we got to the weekly 200. I'll send a screenshot in a sec.
All right. I think this gets above 285. I'm just going to double up. So if it goes to 247, these are the profits.
See, I just threw it in trading floor. That's what I was looking at. So I was just asking. I was really curious because I didn't see 275 anywhere on the indicators that I was looking at. So that's why I found it interesting.
240, 244.
Yeah, 244, 245. Actually, no, that is right because I have it on. I have that weekly EMA at like 243.90s, I think. So yeah, I guess that does pretty much line up. I mean, it's within $1.
Just to go to fucking 247, man, the next half hour. Fuck.
I think it's still too early to tell on SPY, honestly. I don't like it at all. It's probably just going to trade sideways from what I can tell. The volume isn't moving up or down. It's just in and out.
Yep. This
Fran.
figures they figures they would do this. All right, here we go. Add on. Waiting for this.
Yeah, it's like it's just all they're doing is exchanging shares between each other.
You guys looked at the hourly on SPY recently and seeing how it's forming?
MRIN, IPCI.
I haven't. What's going on?
Take a look at the.
I have to. I got my eyes on something else.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't realize you were in a trade.
DBVT.
It's all good.
Well, SPY definitely has some buyers available here. You don't see it on the volume, but I just saw about 30 million in dark pool volume.
So to me, I mean, that hourly looks like potentially a reversal. I mean, look at the wick on
HLTH.
both of those candles. In addition to the volume, and then if you inverse it, I know JC likes using that method, and I've started to like it too. I mean, it looks pretty bearish on the inverse.
No doubt. I think this is going to come down. It's just it's going to come down before market closes.
Sorry, by saying bearish on the inverse, I meant actually bullish in general. Just I'll show you what I mean in just a second.
No, I know what you mean. Inverse head and shoulders is a bullish indicator. Well, and would you see it on the hourly?
Yeah, so the first picture is regular. The second picture is reversed. So if you just type in negative SPY, JC does that, and it's helped me take some of the bias out of it.
It looks like a whole lot of effort. If you look at SPY, just objectively speaking, it looks like a whole lot of effort put into looking bearish. Smoke and mirrors, if you will.
There's a lot of resistance, though. So you see all those moving averages. It has to break through an awful lot.
Yeah, some other good points being made on the 30-minute. Let me post that. I know Wizard just mentioned that. Also a really nice hammer.
Trump, this is too much. It was from Emmys.
SMTA.
That's AI fucking with you guys. Oh man, they're getting intelligent. They're learning.
Dova.
You guys think that year-end tax write-offs might be fueling some of this too? I mean, you may as well just cut a loss, from a fund or something.
Always does.
But like, to what extent is it enough to like affect markets? I mean, is that, do you think that is really pushing it, or is this primarily the Fed and China?
Spit fundamentals are pushing this down. Strictly fundamentals. I mean, it's not helping that people have to exit even the long terms. That's why you're seeing,
DBVT.
yesterday just a huge amount of red. It's exchanging from hedge funds to whatever, it's traders. Long term, you got these hedge funds scooping it all up, eating it all up. Bank of Japan over here buying. I know TJ just said that they're not. I just heard a report though a week or two ago that they were buying every day. After they said they were done buying. This is reported. They did report that they were done buying, and then they just reported 2 weeks ago that the Bank of Japan's been buying every dip. Japan has their own issues with workers. They're 1 billion workers short.
BGR.
Have a big issue going on. Now, if our markets collapse, that means their currency. Has anybody looked at that? Has anybody seen that? Access to looking at their currency?
HOS.
Ray Dolly is great. He has a great YouTube video. Principles. It's like a little cartoon posted.
Whoa, that's some decent selling on SPY.
Yeah, exchanging, a lot of exchange. Bitcoin's ripping up. Wow. A lot of movement on that too.
Is it over 20K yet?
No, it's hitting 4. It's touching 4. It's gonna Bitcoin Cash is up to 170.
FET.
Wow, that's up 30%. That's a lot. I think this is what's going on
Rowan.
with this is you're seeing uh, they're consolidating. They're moving from out of Bitcoin into different into Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and it looks like Bitcoin SV, and then they push it up because they want to redistribute that all the coins that they have that these guys got. Most of them got it from selling drugs on Silk Road, so they can't cash out because the feds would be onto them. So, in my opinion, I think right now you're seeing them sell out of Bitcoin into diversifying into all the alts, and they're going to use the capital that they have, push it up because they've been gaining a lot of capital short selling of Bitcoin. The last since $20,000.
Next season of Narcos is just going to be about the cartel Bitcoin traders.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Down in Puerto Rico, man, there's a lot of Bitcoin because there's no capital gains down there. So you got a lot of guys go down there that are successful traders. 1.4 million successful traders and
GSVC.
crypto guys.
Yeah, I don't know if you listen to Chat with Traders, but there's a trader, Sang Lucci, I think is his name on Twitter. I'm not sure anybody's thoughts are on him, not what I'm asking. But anyways, he discussed on the episode all about why he moved to Puerto Rico and all the benefits for a trader there. It was pretty interesting to hear.
Oh yeah, benefits are huge, man. I mean, like, all right, you're gonna will pay more for luxury items, like cars and things like that, but you're not gonna get hit with capital gain. Capital gain is 40% of your income. So you're down there. You live down there more than I think it's 6 months or something like that. I don't know the exact day.
Yeah, I think it was 6 months. He said.
Yeah. So your best bet, you open up a business down there,
DBVT.
and you literally work off your laptop, trading. All right, and you open up some small business down there, and 6 months out of the year, you have somebody else running. You come back to the States, go down there for 6 months, come back to that. You will never get hit with any capital. That's what I would love to do, but I have a family. It's a little bit hard to do that. But money talks, bullshit balls. I just got to get to the point where I'm making this money for real. It's $2 million. It's unbelievable. So,
Wonder what Berkshire's profit loss is on Apple now after they just added so much in the last year.
Man, but they can absorb losses like that. They're so wealthy, but I'm sure, man, in the millions, hundreds of millions, hundreds.
I can't really imagine old Buffett sweating over this sell off at all.
No, he's making money. He's buying. You think he's buying all the way down? He'll buy all the way down. Add. That motherfucker add until zero. And then still add negative. He'll keep adding. And then he'll come out on top somehow. Hold up. That was a negative number. How are you positive? I'm on to you, Buffett. I think I'm going to go trade this out, actually. Get the best price.
So, do you write your own algos, or do you have like a friend that?
No, IB has it. It's just IB.
It's built into IB. Okay.
Yeah, it's built in. So it's pretty cool. It's nice because I have a set, so every 5 seconds it will throw out a bid. And if they don't touch it, it pulls it back. We'll drop it down or up. It's adaptive. And then I'm putting the high priority. I want this to urgent. I want it to be urgent. So I'm going to put it on urgent and submit it. And I'll let me do it as iceberg. So hold up. I got to change that up. They don't let you do. They don't let you do iceberg orders. So I got to change settings. It's a little different, man. I got to trade in blocks
ECRD.
and things like that when I want to unload these. So I can't just unload them all. It's like a dance, a delicate dance, because you're looking at the price line. You want to make sure that it doesn't back up on you, but it's going the right way. So it's actually done. I'm at 2.5 million, 30% growth. We're fine for that.
Yeah, Holly, I couldn't agree with you more on the PDT thing. It just, especially today, when it's so easy to trade like that, it just seems like a way to keep people to hold on to shares and just give money to the bigger traders.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because I mean, seriously, how is actively how is having a limit on that saving anybody money? All you're doing is removing their ability to use a stock.
Well, you know why they do it, to keep you from. All right, they need you to work, be a good worker for them. So they keep it like that. You can't get 25. You see, personal loan is the max is 20,000. It's kind of funny how that's the max.
JNC.
It's 20,000 for most banks, and then 25,000 is what you use for just out of PT.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly understand it in the aspect of not wanting someone to download Robinhood for the
PLXP.
first time and then put all of their money into a couple of calls or something like that and have them trading too much. But yeah, it just seems odd that the number.
Who are they to tell me what I can do with my money?
I'm sorry.
Who are they to tell me what I can do with my money? You know what I mean? If I don't have it, I can't tell them what to do. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, you can't collect that from me, but you can tell me I can't use that when I worked for them. That
DBVT.
doesn't make any sense to me. It's obviously put in there as to be a hindrance to you.
Anybody else ready to lobby the SEC?
Yeah. Where do we begin?
Yeah, not going to work, but sure.
Well, it's
APAM.
worth a shot, right?
All right.
How do we do
bidding
that?
on shorting Starbucks. I actually missed my entry, unfortunately, because I couldn't sign into the broker. But I desire to swing that short down to about 60.
Dan, you think we flash to the low a day real quickly here, or close right around here?
Hold up. What is this? Where are we at? Oh my God, 246. What was your question?
ACTG.
I'm just curious if you think that they'll really
IEZ.
quickly run it down there. If you think we're going to close right about here, I'm not in any trades. I'm just curious.
I think they're going to close right around here. I don't think there's going to be any major moves, but I haven't been looking at the tape, to be honest with you. I've been trying to unload these goddamn puts before they expire. Well, tomorrow they expire, and I don't want to gap down or gap up on me. And I got a lot of money invested in it.
Yeah, this is heavy volume coming in on SPY at close.
I know. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's hard to freaking do this so quickly. I got to unload 10,000 puts. Wow.
ARVN. Ari.
It's the thing, man. When you got movement like this, it's when you got to unload your play. You, like I just seen $1 million go away in the middle of unloading. That's what sucks about the
SMTA.
Is that simulating, like, actually waiting for someone to buy at that price, or is it just kind of filling it if it touches it?
Oh no! When it touches, but it only fills. It simulates the actual market, and when it goes down there and touches it, it actually will fill only the right amount.
Do you intend to play with that kind of size once you're playing with real money?
Eventually, yeah. Think bigger. Listen, this game, I believe, my opinion, this game, you need to have capital, okay? And without that capital, you're gonna lose in the end. You're not buggers. So you gotta come in hard or come in small, make money, and then, in my opinion, this is my strategy. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Then manage that, and that's what I'm looking. That's what I'm practicing right now is managing a big portfolio because I plan on coming, making, and managing a portfolio like this. Absolutely, I have no doubt that's gonna. I've done this consistently every day, and this is, I mean, like we're trading live. Doing anything different? No, I'm playing with size, guys. I'm playing with balls. But anybody can do this shit.
Dova.
$2.1 million there.
Yeah, man, I nowhere close to that, obviously. But even if I was, the balls it takes to throw $1 million on intraday options.
Yeah, but you have to remember this. It's not a lot of risk you're taking. It's not. Think about it. It's really not. I was never down in this play more than 100,000, and to me, on with this account, $100,000, it is nothing. It is nothing. My SMA on this is 30. I started 2 weeks ago. I realized 4.2 today. Now this is paper. I know it's paper, but is it like what the fuck is paper? What is money? Money's fiat. Anyway, it's fake. This is just a game. That's how I look at this. It's a game.
Yeah, to me, the only difference I see, and the reason that it might sound crazy, but I kind of avoided paper trading is just personally for me. I know that if I went from paper trading to real money, I would be too emotional. So I may as well learn with small money how to manage my emotions.
At all about the real money. I've already been hit, and to me, it's a game just to get that decimal point.
Whoa! Hey, sorry to interrupt. Look at this close on spot.
Everything's frozen. Computer. I don't even know. I think it just.
Wow, that just ripped into close with crazy volume.
There you go. That's why. Yeah, that's why I got rid of those.
Emma.
If I didn't get rid of them, I would have got hit right there. But
FET.
I mean, that's we gotta. It's a game, bro. It's a game.
CORV.
It's a game.
PLXP.
Play. Can't win.
Yeah, in that process, it actually lost.
You cut out there for a sec, man.
IPCI.
I could kill. I'm really mad that I shorted a cool company as MTLS. Like, I'm really upset about this.
I made about a 60 million share move there at the end to the negative. It lost volume, and yet the price went.
What? How did it lose volume?
I'm looking at the volume accumulation. It was at 500.
Oh, something just happened. I just seen. Hold on.
Oh, dick.
227 million.
Yep.
What's going on? This is crazy. Yo, it's at 248. Oh my god! I just got done selling these things. Somebody just got hit. Whoever took these puts off me, I feel. See, I just robbed them. You suckers. I hope it was a bank.
Does anybody see news, or was that just? I mean, it was closed, so wild stuff happens. But
STML.
Right.
No, this is the market, bro. This is the market we're dealing with. This is algorithms. This is artificial intelligence seeping into they're battling each other.
OPBK.
blame the algos.
They're trying to adapt. Yeah, absolutely. This is them trying to adapt and beat each other. If you
CHMA.
just play in between their nuts, their craziness, which is I try to identify the craziness for you, which is these points.
CMRX.
If you just play in between those points of craziness, you're successful.
Right. I know what you guys are seeing on the chart. I'm telling you, I see a bearish move internally in the.
Oh, it's gonna, dude. I think it's going down. You guys think it's going up? I think that the SPY is going to be going down. All this.
Yeah.
Just,
I totally agree. Like I said, it lost volume to the negative.
INDB.
It's not a lot.
Done. Stick a fork in her. Bro, it's in the 40s. We broke 50. I mean, like, did we realize where we're at right now? We're in the fucking 40s in the SPY, 248. Okay, we hit the 244, 244. We just at 290.
Yeah, I started trading last October, so these are the lowest levels I've ever seen.
Right. So think about that. It all got wiped out in what? How many weeks? Because I've been tracking this whole wipeout. The whole wipeout. I've been tracking all the numbers, everything, and I've seen some major moves. We're talking $10 swings on SPY. These are things that have never been seen before. This is algos. Look at this. The SEC is going to have to eventually do something about this because this is getting out of control. It should be human traders trading, and that's it. They're going to have to restrict these algorithms and artificial intelligence, or they're going to blow up the market. But you see what's happening. They don't know where to put it. They're either going to crash it, or they're just going to take it to the freaking moon.
VUG.
And it's probably more likely a crash.
But guess who's going to win? UT.
Right, because we're going to be in the right end of that trade. Today I don't think I was in the wrong end of a trade at all. No, I wasn't. Damn, 54 million on Microsoft. 54 million volume on Microsoft. That's a lot. I like Microsoft for a long. It's a good company.
Yeah, I heard you talk about that this morning. Satya Nadella, their CEO, he's done an awesome job turning them around. One thing I would caution you on, or maybe to look into, is the public cloud space and what they're doing there, and how they're competing with Google Cloud and AWS. Something that's kind of come about in the last year is that people are realizing enterprises are realizing they're going to be going with multiple clouds and private clouds and on-prem clouds. I don't know if this makes any sense to you, but essentially what I'm saying is a lot of the profit that was expected to come from Azure, which is Microsoft's cloud, may end up going more to on-prem things. So some of that money is going to go to Nutanix and other places like that. So I would just say you might want to do some research on that.
I think Microsoft's going to get into in the crypto area, and do something in there pretty big. I really do believe that, and I'm just pulling that literally out of my ass, just so you know. I'm not going to bullshit you, but that is something I believe Microsoft would get into, and I love what they're doing with their internet. The Edge is unbelievable. I actually downloaded the Edge on my phone and turned my phone into, they have a thing on it for the Samsung Galaxies. You can turn your phone into basically an Edge phone. You can turn it into a Microsoft Edge phone and run the Windows off of it, or just run your regular Google system off of the Edge, and it changes up everything. So it's really cool, man. It's so fast and sleek. I love it. Google seems like it's way down. It listens to you. There's no doubt it listens to you. There's times I've been talking to my friends, and then I get ads where we've been talking, and it was literally the craziest things we're talking about, and it's just and it's happened 3 or 4 times, and I'll get an ad about exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's funny. My wife works in digital marketing, and I've had some conversations with her about that because my friends and I at work, we've like tested that before. And man, it is really crazy sometimes. The ways that
Google Home
can link you together.
Google Home listens to you. Dude, Google Home they already got caught. Google Home listens to you. It listens. It can record you. It literally records you. They can listen to you if they wanted to. The FBI were trying to use it in a murder case. This was a couple years ago. And they couldn't do it. The judge said no, because it was, that's ridiculous. That's crazy. It shouldn't even be doing that. Okay. But it does. No joke. If you got that chip plugged in your house, it listens to you. And if it listens to you, I'm sure that, anybody can fucking listen to you. So just be aware of that if you have Google Home. Or Google Phone. Or anything fucking Google. Turn all your mics off if you're doing anything.
Yeah, I think I have. I just counted in my room 5 internet-connected microphones.
Jeez, man.
Well, if you think about it, but so I have an Echo. I have my phone. Got the PlayStation Move or whatever it's called. I don't know what it is. I never use it, but it's got a camera on it, which is blocked off, and a microphone. So I mean, we're kind of always surrounded by microphones. I don't know if.
I'm looking around now, and I'm seeing a lot too. Actually, I'm talking into one.
Yeah, so add 1 to the number I just gave you.
Yo, and they and I'll tell you what, for a fact, 100%, they are connected in these rooms, and they do. If you say some crazy stuff in here, you will have what do you call it? I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking about Discord itself.
EXC.
You will have the Secret Service at your door. That's fact. Somebody already told me that, like that they listen in on these Discord channels for illegal activities. Obviously, we're not doing nothing illegal here, so they would just gloss right over this. But there is rooms where they are in there listening.
Yeah, I mean, we're after hours now, so since we got this conversation going, it's a good time to point out anybody on here, a VPN is a good investment. I mean, even if you're not doing crazy stuff online, or it's still good to have that encryption on your connection, and VPNs are pretty cheap.
Yeah, you can get a college. There's one, the college offers it for free. You don't have to pay for nothing. They have servers. I forget what college it is, but you can just Google it. And yeah, and I used them back in the day, and they were great. It's cool. It's a free program done by college. Yeah, VPN, bro. You want to use that, especially if you're dealing with crypto or anything like that. You don't want. You get so many hackers out there trying to steal from you.
Yeah, if not for the fact that it's one of the most bearish things on the markets right now, avoid crypto just because of that.
Right. Although I do think crypto is going to move up. It's going to move up very quick. I believe oil is going to pop too overnight. You're not going to. I don't think by the time it gets, it's going to pop like big. I think by the time it gets, we wake up in the morning, it's going to be like double what it was. It's like, what? Hold up. What happened? Oh, the Saudis, they felt like their billions weren't enough. So they.
Are you talking about oil or crypto right now?
Oil. Oh, I'm talking about oil. Oil is going to go up. Oil got cut in half, the supply. Demand's still there.
Yeah, part of me wonders if oil is going to move it. I mean, especially now that we have so much oil that we're getting in America, and knowing the current administration's kind of nationalistic views, I wonder if we're going to see a breakdown of OPEC or anything like that over the next year or two.
That's why I'm building a position in it. I know it's paper, but who cares? I'm building a position in it, and I offset the losses with the SPY puts. Okay, and I'm going to keep adding on to this position because I really do believe something's going to break down, like you just said, and you're going to see something like that, and it's going to cause oil to go off the ride. It's going to cause it to go up to like $6 on the pumps. So on a barrel, I'd say probably upwards like 100 and 140, 150, close to 200 barrel. It's at what, 40 something right now. So yeah, it's gonna pop to 80 overnight.
Yeah, SPY is still moving up after hours.
I see it. I'm watching the whole time. I'm watching it with red. Look at all the red. And it's still going up because they're pulling their bids up so they can sell it for more. That's all. They're lifting them up. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it on the bottom. You could. They're keeping 200 there, right? And then just so it doesn't go up too quick, and they're pulling their. There's 11,000, 13,000 now, and he's pulling it up so he can get the most money because these MMs get more money the higher they bring it up and sell it for, right? And that's a lot. I see a lot of big numbers there, so that means you.
Yeah, I see multiple 1 million blocks in after hours. But I am curious. So I know dark pool transaction process after hours. Would it show up on the tape during the day, or does it show up on the tape at the end?
Yeah, that's what you've seen during the day, and it doesn't show up on the volume.
Right.
So like I remember you and Frank
IMMU.
talking about earlier. So if I understood correctly, you saw a huge buy or sell on the tape, but you didn't see it in the volume.
It depends on the broker.
Me and it was 1 million, and on me it came up as D.
Yeah, it depends on the broker, guys.
Yeah, I use E-Trade. I love their DOM. I have them.
Not all level 2s will show you dark pool orders. I know
Right.
Comex has, E-Trade has.
Yeah, that's why I like E-Trade.
IB definitely has. I know that TD will not show you the dark pool orders.
IB,
you gotta pay for it.
Yeah, you got to pay IB. IB, everything you got to pay. But E-Trade, they give it to you
Okay.
if you trade. You know what I mean? Like they're working on your volume profile. I want. So I sent them a picture
Right.
of it, and I said, "You got to do this for me." And they actually submitted it up, and they're actually doing it. Believe it or not, I talked to them, and they're like, "Yeah, believe it or not, they actually submitted this in, and it got approved for the next level up to I guess the project team or whatever that works on that." Yeah, so that's cool. I want to get that for me because I need that, man. If I had that on my DOM, forget about it.
It's critical to my trading strategy.
Right.
I don't know what the hell I would do without it, honestly.
I know what you're talking about. I know exactly why you use it, and I wish I need that on my computer, and I can't get it.
NK.
On E-Trade. I need E-Trade though there's reasons I need E-Trade.
Does E-Trade have a minimum deposit? You guys know off the top of your head? I mean, I guess I can go Google it right now.
No, E-Trade's cool, man. E-Trade's great. I think it is 500, but it's 500. $500. And
oh yeah, that's fine. I accidentally got PDT yesterday, taking a pretty big gain on a put.
No, they'll know that you got PDT.
Yeah, but it was on my wife's account, so I can just open mine.
All right, yes. And E-Trade. I mean, I like E-Trade. Now, I would negotiate the price before you even went in with them. Say, listen, I've been checking with a few brokers. You know, I got a good thing. Just go in there with like a number like $2.99 or something. Trade. It doesn't matter the size.
Commission. Yeah, you know what? I wasn't even thinking about that.
Oh yeah, well that's what I'm saying. Like you got to barter with these people. It's a game. Like their job is to slowly bleed you to death easily and make it as nice as possible and easy as possible as losing all your money. They want to take all your money from you and make it a pleasurable experience. That's their job.
So what do I do? Should E-Trade email be like, hey, I'm about to deposit a whopping $500, but for me to do that,
yeah. Absolutely, because they want that $500.
Yeah, I guess I was under the impression it was only people that make like
no
thousands of trades a year that they would do that for.
No, they want that. That's $500. They'll take it. They'll take it because you know what? If you're a good trader and you make more money, they'll take that.
EXC.
Regardless, they're winning. You understand? Like if we make a trade for $10, okay. You walk away with 13. You win. You walk away with 13. I walk away with negative. Oh no, I'm sorry. I walk away negative $13, and then you walk away only making 17. Huh? The broker runs away happy with $6.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So long as you're trading, then yeah,
they're winning.
Yeah.
So they want you in there trading, and they want you trading with them. So go in there and say, I want this. Or no, look, I'm in PDT. My account's fucked up. Excuse my language, but it's I'm slowly bringing it back in to graces, good graces. The 25th Christmas, I'm off of PDT, so I'm good to go. But yeah, dude, like E-Trade's great. You can negotiate with any broker out there. Just call them up and say, look, I want this. If you're not going to give me it, I'm going to go down the street. They'll give it to me down there.
I really want to find someone that has a really good web-based platform, something like TradingView, except included with the broker.
Oh, well, you got E-Trade Pro with E-Trade, which is really it is nice.
Is it desktop or is it browser?
It's desktop. Yeah, it's its own tool. And it has the thing about them is they're still on the floor. E-Trade. So when they come in, their MMs are moving. You can see where they're doing, and that's very key to being with E-Trade, because they offer you that and better fills. You're going to get way better fills than the next man at Robinhood. You're paying for that though. You got to pay for these things. If you want super fast speed, you got to pay for that. Right? You got to pay for the fastest fills. So you got to pay. You get what you pay for. Put it that way. You go to a cheap broker, you're going to get not the best tools. That's just in life. What you get, what you pay for. You buy a cheap canoe, you're going to sink. Buy a good canoe. Yo, this is crazy, man. They don't even know what to do. They don't know where to bring this. 24883 went down and goes up. You got four. They're literally trying to get as much money as they can before they bring it down.
Oh yeah, that's definite, buddy.
Wow.
That volume's not even moving. I mean, I'm not talking about the candlesticks. I'm talking about the volume accumulation. It's flat. It's at negative 643. There's no accumulation from big money.
I know it's not moving at all, but I'm looking at the Dom, and man, it is active as hell, bro. Like they're all over the place on this thing, and you got a lot of money sitting up
Oh
there.
yeah,
I'll
I
tell
see
you
it.
what. Yeah, if I was, I would actually push this up. If I was playing with these MMs, I'd be pushing this up to right up to that big money, and then short sell into it. That's what I would do.
Yeah, so the chart's kind of a mess. I've got a lot of averages on there, but I just posted on the trading floor the 15-minute ES view, and I'm kind of wondering if they try to take it to 251.
Yeah, they're trying to take it up. That's what I'm saying. This is what I would do if I was playing with these guys right now. I'd be on the buy side buying and pushing this up because I see where they're sitting, waiting for me to bring it to them. So I'm going to push it up to them, and I'm going to call these other MMs to follow me. So I'm going to come in there with big money and push it the fuck up hard. Like, see, this is guy's doing right now. He has 6.9, and then you got a guy behind him with 1,000. Now they're pushing it. They're going to push this up, and then they're going to turn it around and use all the shares they bought, sell in, sell down. They're going to push it up to a big enough area, though, where it has to be like a dollar cushion. So when you see a big number come out, like we've just seen there, and that's at 248.80. So they're going to take this up to 249. 90 around that. They're not going to bring it over 5.
12K bid at or 12K buy at 248.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. And you see all of them follow after that. 87, 89. Okay, well there you go. Boom. And they're going to take this up, but on the way up, they're going to make money. They're going to be selling, and they're going to have a good time with this. They're going to make a lot of money. They're going to steal a lot of people, and they're going to take it up, and then they're going to drop it. Watch. That'd be the smart move. I mean, and look at them sitting up there.
SPDW.
Until they come down, I wouldn't be worried.
So on a day like today, is there like a group of people that are making the decisions as to where they want it to go, and then they tell their top few traders, hey, let's make this happen. This is what we see.
Well, it's a lot of all these are algorithms. Most of the things trading now are algorithms. These are all algorithms. You see what just happened there? It went nuts because that's an algorithm. It went all the way down and all the way up. They don't. Sometimes they're trying to test and figure out each other out, or what each other is doing.
Yeah, they broke the 9 EMA and then they bounced right off the 20. That's interesting.
Correct, because it's an algorithm. It knows where these things are at. These numbers, right? Numbers, and that's why I have to do it to the penny. I want to get to the penny and call it to the penny because if you can get it to the penny, you can play futures, and futures is where you make a lot of money. And remember, my strategy was to come in here and make as much money with a little risk as possible. And that's what every trader wants to do. But it's execution's the key. And I just got to execute it on a good day like today. The last few days, I kill it. Anytime there's volatility, I'm very good with volatility. You see what's going on here? Like I love this. It's a game. It's a dance, and their algorithms playing. People, the MMs, they are there, but they're not as prevalent as they were before. Most of them are just managing smaller positions, or they're not playing these things like they're not playing the SPY. You understand? They're in the SPY is playing off of what they're doing in like Google or Amazon. They're in those stocks, literally selling those stocks using algorithms or doing it. This is old school, like a book trader. This is old school shit that they would do. They would use the DOM and trade off the DOM.
So yeah, before algos were so prevalent, how is it that like say Apple would follow SPY so closely and vice versa? Is it just the market makers making that happen?
Yes,
that's what they determine.
Yes, Absolutely. They gap it up and all that stuff because they have to determine there's a lot of factors involved. Options, when settlements happen with options, that can gap it up or down depending on the settlements.
Right.
You know,
Algos will never go away, guys.
No, they won't. But when artificial intelligence is good, they're going to have to be regulated. That's what I'm saying. They're going to have to regulate like NASCAR.
Well,
Like NASCAR, it's going to have to be like
let's
that.
keep in mind who uses those, Dan. It's like big money, right?
Right.
It's not going to be until the us little guys
This is what's
start having access to all of that they get jealous, and then it becomes regulated where only they can have it because that's their edge on the market, right?
They're going to crash the market, bro. They're going to crash the market, no doubt.
Well, if they can't have their way, then yeah, I can understand why they would, right?
Well, the
then they're not going to get the lawmakers.
Think about it. Just think about this. And now, if you're artificial intelligence, okay, you come to the conclusion what? That there's no way the stock market will ever keep going up. So what would you do? So.
Yeah, it would intentionally crash it.
Yes.
Yeah, but what do the banks have to gain by doing that? I mean, aside from screwing everybody else over?
They're going to fuck up. They're going to. I'm telling you, they're going to fuck up, and it's going to artificially learn that there's no way in hell that can keep going up, and then they'll just automatically all sell at once because they'll all learn that there's no way. Even if they're programmed not to learn that, they will eventually realize that. So
if you ever build out an algorithm, and I know a couple people who have, like perhaps a moo cow's got an algorithm system. If you ever watch how it's established, like how the program is set up to react to market indicators, right? It constantly rewrites and overwrites the code. So every time a transaction happens, that particular algorithm goes in, it assesses everything that's happened up to that point, and it recodes itself for the future. And that's a constant rolling artificial intelligence, right? So if it has no basis to go off of, it doesn't know how to treat the trade. So all it does is spend time gathering data, then it goes and trades. Well, now what are we seeing today in the market, right? We are seeing the algorithms respond to the data it was collecting more than 2 years ago. Okay, so what it's doing is it's just now reacting in a way. So what happens when the algorithms are gathering data today? What is it going to do 2 years from now? And I think that's kind of what you're saying.
Right. It's going to come to the conclusion. And that's what ultimately, I mean, if you're play Destiny or anything like that, Rasputin came to the conclusion that the only thing he can do was basically destroy all of the human race to save the world. And that is what ultimately, not destroy us, but that's what ultimately is going to happen in the market. They're going to end up just selling off because they're going to realize there's no winning. There's never going to go up all the way up, but it can go definitely go to zero. Okay.
But I think the thing that's missing from this point of view is that ultimately humans have every capability of intervening, and if there's regulation, I don't think
flash crash. Remember flash crash?
I have read about it. No, I don't remember it being started last October, but yeah, I've watched a couple documentaries on it and everything. But I don't know. I feel like a way around that is simple regulation of keeping checks and balances on these algos and making sure that ultimately they're different enough that they're fighting each other to move it up instead of kind of working together to potentially move it down or what have you. I feel like if you have enough different algorithms out there using different machine learning, then it kind of becomes like having a massive swath of humans again.
Okay. Now, what if they all start selling at one time?
Well, so what if 5,000 retail traders have algos that are set to buy the dip based upon this? I mean, I know that retail traders will never overcome, the big guys, but I'm just saying if you have a ton of algos out there, ultimately, isn't that pretty similar to what would happen if you had humans?
What you're saying is then it's going to wipe out every human that's trading. And
well, no, because what I'm saying
that's what you're saying now. If you're saying that
IWS.
if it's just algos trading, They just wiped out they will eventually wipe out every human trader. You understand? So therefore it cannot. All right, chess. Chess can now be, you can be beaten by a computer over and over again, and you'll never win. Okay, that was not a possibility back in the day. In 5 years, the stock market, you'll never be able to win unless they regulate it, and they will. It's going to come. It's going to come from a crash, like you guys just told me. I'm agreeing. It's going to be a crash that exposes look, we got to do something. This is out of control, and it's out of control. It is out of control, guys. Look at this.
Yeah, you know what? I think we might be agreeing, and we just are putting it in different ways. So what I'm saying, I think regulation is something that's necessary and good because and it should be focused around keeping the human element in. You know, whether that means halting more often or just doing something to keep things in line with human common sense and fundamentals.
I'm going to post a couple of things for you because this is what's going to give us the edge. Okay, and this is really cool. This is what's going to give us the edge in the future because this is coming out in the next year, and I'm going to buy this. Ready? Trading floor. It's on the trading floor. I'm buying this. All right, now there's an updated. Yeah, there's an updated version coming out next year, and I'm going to get it. The whole setup. I mean, you check this out, bro. And just think about the updated version. This is a couple years old, and I shorted a couple.
A few weeks back, I do recall watching that.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. All right, now I'll show you the flash crash. You got to see this because this is insane, man. It went to 0. I mean, it just literally and went right back up within. This is the problem with algos.
This is that 2011 incident with the spoofing the bid down on like a futures contract somewhere.
No, this is in 2010 VPro documentary. Oh yeah, it's 2011. You might have seen this. It was posted recently. You might have seen this, right? I'm not posting it anyway.
Well, by the way, for the other people that are listening, so it was mentioned that some people on here have algos. That doesn't mean go send them a PM saying, "Hey, I want to learn about your algo," or "Hey, I want to use it." Those are typically kept private to those people. So for anyone listening, just a heads up there.
Here, this is a good thing from Ray Dalio. I think anybody should watch that's listening. I'm gonna give it to you guys. This is excellent. It shows you basically the workings of the economy, and I love how Ray Dalio, how he puts things. I love how he explains things. He's just a regular dude, and this guy is a regular guy that went and made a hedge fund, one of the most successful hedge funds out there, and he was just a regular guy. No great education, nothing.
Did you know? I heard he got fired from his own hedge fund.
Well, he messed up big time. He called the wrong. Whoa, look at these numbers coming in. Wow, big buys and sells. But he called the wrong crash. He called a crash when it wasn't crashing.
Hey, I'm sorry, I missed what you just said. I opened up that video and it was blasting, and I didn't want to. I had muted myself, so I didn't blast everyone else here. Can you go back like a few seconds on what you said?
I forget what I said a second ago.
He was talking about Dalio, and I said he got fired from his own.
No worries. I'll just watch the documentary later. I did watch that VPro documentary, and that was really interesting. Highly suggest you guys watch it. Though it might bore your wife to death, so just watch it. I
thought it was super interesting.
The block sizes on these SPY trades are very telling to a degree. because you can see who is selling a percentage of their holding and who is actually
Dan, are you gonna be on tomorrow?
selling a block. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Around.
I'm listening to you. Go ahead. No, I'm listening because I'm with the block.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, I'm
CISN.
working in finger quotes from home tomorrow. So yeah, I'll hop on live chat. I'm gonna actually go watch this Ray Dalio thing you sent over though. Right.
I got another thing for you to watch. If you're gonna watch this, I need you to watch this. This is, I don't know if you watch this yet, but this is very important. This guy is the man. Okay. And I know this is probably posted somewhere else. I'll delete this stuff, but just take a look at this and watch all 4 of them. I'll tell you how it all works. And like I learned from listening to this, reading a lot of books, 600 or something, and then just reading everything in the CMT courses, all that. Just read everything you can read. But watch these 4 videos and watch how economic machine works. Because I'm telling you, this guy right here is unbelievable. Mark Douglas. Okay, he's unbelievable. Another great trader, man. Just a really good trader. Was down on his luck. Been in the dirt. Been in the dirt. Okay, close to bankruptcy, and was able to make his way out of that and be very successful in trading and teaching. He is very good at teaching, and these 4 lessons are a staple of what I use in trading.
That's some awesome info. I really appreciate you sending those over. So I'm gonna get to watching those. But yeah, I think I have 2 or 3 available day trades tomorrow. So let's kill SPY together.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Always kill SPY. Always, every day. SPY is always on my
So actually, well, one last question I will ask you. So I mostly focus on SPY. And part of the reason is because when I'm trading, and this is the reason I asked about a web browser-based platform, is because you know, I can't install TOS on my work computer, but I can trade, you know, Tastyworks web or Robinhood web. So I usually just use my phone for the charting and everything. But anyway, so that makes it hard to look at, you know, all of FANG or anything like that. How long, you know, if I'm focusing on the super high volume options tickers, or sorry, super high volume tickers that have very liquid options, when should I start looking at trading more than just SPY, you know, trading Apple, trading Netflix?
TVIX is a velocity. When you have movement like this, when you hear TJ or one of us looking at TVIX, maybe you should look at that. And I'm not saying get in it because you can lose a lot of money. If you get in there, you have to have a very tight stop loss. And if you're day trading, you get in it, you're out of it quickly. But you have to be out of it in one day, but you can swing that all day. As long as you're remember, identify the trend, wait a half hour, find the trend, ride the trend. You can literally ride TVIX on a day like where it just crashes down. I think a couple of days ago, it just went like $12. You could have wrote it down $12 a share, or wrote it up because you would be longing it because it's the inverse of the SPY, but velocity. So the more volatile, even if it's going up or down, if it's going up and down in a row, you're going to get it's going to go up in value as long as there's volatility. Because what it is offset people that are heavily invested elsewhere, that they'll just jump into TVIX when the markets start crashing or when they think it's going to crash. So you'll see them TVIX just start going fucking up really quick because it's to offset any losses that they're going to be taking. You understand?
Yeah, I do. I have avoided trading TVIX, but rather I use it as something to kind of double check when I'm going to take a SPY trade.
No, don't. That's not good. You should never do that for the SPY. It doesn't go off the SPY completely. TVIX does not go off the SPY because TVIX and SPY go together.
Yeah, no, the SPX is
Or the
never,
VIX. Yeah.
never, or the VIX, yes, or the VIX. The VIX is of something you can do, not TVIX though. TVIX is the 3 times terminal velocity, whatever.
Volatility. Yeah.
Yeah, volatility shares.
So, like, I know that TJ and Frank have made some trades, and granted, it's probably better to ask them about this since they're the ones doing it. But, if they'll point out, like, hey, SPY is in an indecision zone, but TVIX just ripped up or down, and they kind of use it as a leading indicator. Maybe I'm not fully understanding it correctly, but are you saying that you would be that's not a method that you would follow?
When when TVIX rips,
TVIX is volatility, Pyro.
Yeah.
Volatility. So if Spire is trading sideways, the only way TVIX is going to move up is if it's a volatile sideways move, if that makes
WGO.
sense.
Correct.
Right?
Yes,
So
like today.
Right.
Volatile. And look how high TVIX went, because it was volatile all the way side. It didn't go up or down.
Ammo.
Size. Now it's going to go. Eventually, it's going to go down because it's going to be pushed up on the SPY, and then it's going to go down very hard, fast. You know what I mean?
So
yeah, I mean, I realize that ultimately the play with TVIX is to just short every time we run into a situation like this, because ultimately it's just going to keep going down and then reverse split and then keep going down and then reverse split and then keep
right. When it gets to a lot of heavy, big, when it gets like 60, 70, chances are it's going to be shorted down. Yeah, the market's going to go sideways and not much volatility, and it's just going to fucking deflate like a balloon. So most of the time you want to be on the short end of that, but there's times where the long end, man, is so, man, you make a lot of money.
yeah, you can have the market go down gradually, and TVIX will also go down.
Cool stuff, man. Again, yeah, appreciate the help. I got to get off for now. At least I'm gonna watch these. I'm gonna watch these videos here. I got to get some Christmas shopping done.
All right, I'm logging out as well. I got a Christmas party to go to.
All right, guys. Hope you guys are on talking tomorrow. It's good having some voices on there.
Yeah, I'll be around.
Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow. Do you usually when do you do your like analysis for the day? Do you usually do it like right before market open or overnight?
When do I look into? I do it 24/7. Well, that's not 24/7. I do it 20 hours. I put in 20-hour days.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd definitely be interested to see some of the things that you look at before market, and how you come up with some of your support and resistance points, at least pre-market, if not intraday.
Yeah, and well, I'll tell you what. A lot of my trading is right on the spot moment. I'm looking at what's going on the tape and on the level 2s and everything, the volume, everything you can think of, the charts. I have everything in front of me, and I'm looking at everything. And that's how you play this game, because you're speculating, or my speculation's in oil. Okay, I got a heavy thing in oil, but how I play is to the minute, to the second, to the penny, and that's it, man. I can't tell you what it's going to do 3 days from now. I can tell you what it's going to do tomorrow morning.
Yeah, no, I got you there. All right, cool. Looking forward to it. Let's have a good day tomorrow.
249 spot. All right, bro. Take care. 249. Look at them. They did exactly what they. That's smart. I would have done it, right? Shit, I'm buying that up there, pushing it up, making money on that, and then I'm gonna sell into it and then make money on the way down.
Smart. It's funny, if you look at the chart that I posted.
I just hope we don't have a bunch of poor people buying 260 calls in the morning. I know we will.
You are the controller of your own destiny, and you make your own decisions in life. And if you want to make that decision to buy that, it's on you.
Very true. I'm sure that's what the bankers say every night.
Nobody had any sympathy when I lost 16K in an option play. None. And I didn't want any. I went, I was upset with myself. So, you got to figure it like that, bro. I don't have no sympathy, because I look at it like this. I'm robbing off the banks. In the long term, it's the banks that are going to get hit. They're going to feel. I'm giving all the money I get. After the money I'm comfortable with,
I'm donating it, and I'll say it on air. I've already told my wife this. I'm donating it all back to the people that worked hard their whole life and got their pensions and got their annuity taken from them. I'm going to donate it all back because it does. I'm stealing it back from the banks and giving it back to the people that rightly deserve it. Because they're going to lose all of their stuff that they worked their whole goddamn life for. And I'm sitting in front of a computer making millions in fucking 20 minutes. Come on, bro. Is that fair? And I know it's paper, but it's going to be real soon. And it's you know what I mean? Like that's not cool. In my opinion, I think it's thievery, and these banks are robbing people.
I think we should change your little parentheses to Robinhood. Well, actually, that might get confusing with the app Robinhood, though.
Well, it is. I'm robbing from these damn banks that you know what took the bailout money and then use that to give themselves bonuses and pump their own banks up and pump the markets up. Okay, not wages, because wages never went up. I'm telling you for a fact, 100%. I've been in a union, and the wages didn't go up. It was stagnant for the last 7 years. It was over Obamacare, and it screwed up the whole entire system, where we had to pay so much out of our pockets for medical, where we got drained. It happened. It already happened. There's nobody working. They can't find any workers in Philadelphia, New York. They're dry. Companies are already shutting down because they can't finish jobs. They're hiring people off the streets, unions.
Yep. All right, man. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow for the fifth time. I'm gonna go offline.
All right. Take care.
All right. Take care, man. Bye.
Well, I think just after 5 o'clock, we're going to see where SPY is really going to end up. Either it continues in that trend, or it breaks the immediate trend, falls back into the longer trend, but it's still trending.
VTV. XLV. VV. SCZ. SIG. CTAS. HLTH. PDI. MRIN. VB. Vug. IWV. CTAS. Emma. MRIN. SIG.